guys can hear me. Let me see here. We clocked in. There we go. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. Go by the name of Lespri. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And the whole idea behind it, the whole point of helping you to become mentally and emotionally balanced, because it'll automatically, put you on the highest level. It's pretty much, attaining enlightenment, becoming the Christ like, knowing who you are. But in order for you to do so, it's important for you to understand all aspect of you, all aspect of you. The minute you reject any part of you, well, I mean, at this point, you're not going to be whole anymore. And when you do, I'll give you a perfect example. If you choose to suppress your emotions, you're not going to have a healthy life. And that would also impact the way you see things, your mental as well. So therefore, now you become one-minded. I mean, one-sided. My bad. Sided. Well, one-minded. I mean, sided. Yeah, you get the point. But anyway, that's pretty much what I do. Now, in terms of when I'm referring to, helping you to become emotionally balanced, what I'm referring to here is I help you to understand what emotions are and then help you to have the ability to relate to your own emotions and ultimately to master them, to make it yours. But in order for you to do that, it's just like driving a car. You got to know what a car is or the different parts, although you may not know how to drive it yet. But I mean, there's no way you're going to drive it if you don't know what a car is. And that's why you cannot reject any part of you. You have to master and embody all aspect of you. And the idea of mind, body, and soul, your emotions and your intellect coming together, and that's what makes you now at this point you become a holy man, which is a complete the yin and the yang, masculine and the feminine, both of them come together. And at this point, you have automatically, attained the Christ consciousness, which is the highest level of understanding about who you are. Later on, I'm going to be talking about spirituality, but a lot of times people only look at themselves based on their consciousness. If you only see flesh and bones in you, then this reality, has I mean, you're looking at this reality through those level of consciousness. But most importantly, what I'm also trying to say here is that you don't know much about you because there's a whole other aspect of you that you're not aware of, and that's what ignorant is. And for the most part, a lot of us were trained to only look at yourself as dick and pussy. Now, being raised in a society as such, then of course everybody is living their life based on who they should be now, not who they are, because they were not trained to know who they are. So therefore, spirituality is always going to be crazy to you anyway. But going back to being emotionally balanced, that's what that entails is you understanding your emotions and how your emotions work, create your own pattern, or you go along with the flow, same shit. Ah, man, I mean that's a whole different conversation. But it's to embrace and have a good understanding of your emotions. It's to master your emotions. Now, in addition to that, also help you to become mentally balanced. Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same underlining understanding here. I mean, if you're gonna master your mental, you gotta understand how your mind is being controlled. How were you trained to think? You gotta be aware of these things. Otherwise, you're just part of the flow. To remove yourself out of it, you only do so by having an understanding of what's taking place. Now you get to procreate. That's why knowing who you are is always going to set you free. And your true nature, will enable you to see beyond the veil. That's how when you know who you are, it sets you free because the part of you that you are is eternal. And now imagine yourself living in a world where you think was not eternal. When you get in touch with that, you have automatically transcended everything. That's why in the Bible, the whole thing about, oh, death, where's your victory? That's what the shit's talking. Once you get it, though, that comes from a state of realization, growth, or a download. Like, I mean, this is you, like, you know what I'm saying? Keep going. That's why it's important for you to understand society, culture. And like I always tell people, your spirituality is your humanity. Now, this is the shit you have to understand that new humanity is not what it looks like. And later on, as you guys see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the shadow. When you're talking about your shadow self, it's like, it's kind of like part of you, but it's not. I mean, like, it's not part of your conscious self, but your shadow's there. So again, this is also showing the complexity in you. So for you to even look at yourself as just dick and pussy, like you totally lost. It's like you being gross. Like, damn, nigga, you gross, man. Literally. You literally gross. Listen, man. What we do here is quality. You know what I'm saying? It's pure blood, man. You know what I'm saying? To the pure, all is pure. We purify shit over here. So nah, man, we ain't doing no dirt, man. Keep it outside. This shit was gross, man. Know what I'm saying? You keep that shit outside, nigga. That shit was gross. You should apologize to yourself respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to miss all of that about you? I get it. I get it. I mean, that's where, open up your third eye comes in. That's when doing your chakra work comes in. Because now you're looking to get what is called those aha moment. That's what the enlightenment is about. You get to grow your consciousness. And you do that by going inward. I had to preach for a second. I'm normally not like this, so I apologize if this is your first time. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, shit. Then I'm just a man of many traits. Man of many traits. I have to admit. You know what I'm saying? I am good looking. Yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, let's go back to the whole mental part again. I mean, you can see how deep the shit go. I had to take you down the rabbit hole for a second, showing you how deep the shit go, and that's what looking beyond the veil is. Oh, you gotta go deep, nigga, and that's deep inside of you. Come on now, y'all tripping. Hmm. Oh, we definitely gotta talk some shit tonight. Talk some shit, nigga. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I do. And obviously, you could see the complexity in it because, as I stated before, the shit goes deep. Yeah, it's that deep, but that's part of consciousness too. The more conscious you become, the more you able to see, and the more I mean, you're going through different realities. You're transcending, elevating, but at the same time descending. Because what you truly want to do, the words got to be made flesh. So you want to materialize, what I'm saying, that light. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how we tell them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to say a word to him, man. Yeah, that's the work I came here to do, man. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I'm on time, nigga. I'm on time. You know what I'm saying? I never miss a beat, man. God damn. I mean, shit, I was just having a personal moment, guys. You know what I'm saying? It happens. A little bit of, what I'm saying, orgasm and shit. Yeah, that's dope though. It's like it's just so much I was going through and you know, we're just sharing over here. Sharing is caring. All right, baby. Sharing is caring, baby. So now, well, I guess, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Now if you're coming back, niggas, come on, man. I was acting out for y'all before I even addressed you. You know what I'm saying? This is all for you, baby. But with all that being said, it's always a pleasure if you're coming back. You know exactly what we do here, man. Is what I'm saying. We help each other out. It's always a pleasure for me. Those conversations. What I'm saying? Like it's precious to me. It's like us sitting among the elders, man. We're talking some shit. You feel me? That kind of wisdom, that kind of, you know what I'm saying? I love it, and that's what this is to me. Do you see what I'm saying? What we say, Nella Akua. What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The backyard, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it could be said in so many ways, but it's that little community. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's for the tribes, man. However you look at it. Listen, I'm just making sure everybody's getting theirs. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I told you I was one of a kind. Nigga, I'm one of a kind. Now, it was all for y'all motherfuckers. For you, baby. Bottom of my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Yeah, motherfuckers. Here we are. Anyway, now, if this is your first time, or I mean, even if you already know, now this is part of my routine, guys. I mean, part of my routine is to talk about spirituality briefly. Sometimes it'll be a little bit longer, but we're gonna keep it short tonight because we got a lot of shit to talk about. So understand this: as a spiritual healer, my strength, all of my treatments, derive straight from spirituality. And what I'm referring to that, I'm referring to, the very foundation of us, like our knowledge, our wisdom, that self consciousness. That's what helped me to remember, to reconnect. I'm just trying to give you a dose of that shit, for you to reconnect. You know what I'm saying? Come back, man. Come back. I'm saying, come on, man. Come on. So, so spirituality is our story. It's being said in so many different angles, in different ways, but it's really talking about humanity as a whole, or spirituality as a whole too. Again, depending on how you looking at it. Just like we understand, there's no body without a spirit. So when you see a body, best believe you're looking at a spirit. And if you think I'm lying, what the fuck do you call death? Death is when there's no spirit in that body, man. And you're not gonna see that body walking around by itself. Call it zombie. Well, zombie has some something in it that got it going. If it's just walking, not knowing where it's going, well, there's a consciousness. There's some energy in there. There's something. If you don't want to call it spirit, energy. That way, you know what I'm saying? Hey. So when you look at the body from that perspective, how do you how do you reject it? You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I'm saying? The body is when you come on, man. And that's how you become whole. You have to embody your body. That's the higher self and the lower self coming together. Oh man, we talk about some shit tonight. But unfortunately, due to ignorance, there's the biggest misconception that people have about spirituality is to think like that shit got nothing to do with me. And it's ignorance because they don't know much about their own nature. They have the minimum understanding. And becoming the Christ or Christ-like Krishna Buddha to awaken was to get to the highest level of consciousness. So that is the gross, like the you know what I'm saying, like it's straight ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Another way of saying this to save sometimes. Like spirituality is you walking around scratching your ass, dog. Taking a shit. It's people killing people. It's people loving people. It's everything around you. Because ultimately, I'm going to be talking about the shadow. I mean, that's what you're going to be dealing with. And now, due to a lack of connection with ourselves, now that's why we use money, we use sex and power as a way to hide our fucking shadow. In other words, the shadow is now guiding you. And that's what you're dealing with. When you see someone's being triggered, well, that part of it, or that person being triggered, they losing it. And now the shadow is out. That's the shadow right there now. It's kicking in. Motherfucker, all that. Whatever the fuck. But when you learn how to tame that monster, in other words, being in touch with your emotions, you would not feel triggered. Even if you were triggered, you would have a better hang. Like you'll know how to handle it a little bit better. So that alone is showing you a level of maturity, of emotional maturity here. You're doing good, baby. Keep going. I'm trying to give you your credit. But what I want you to keep in mind here is the shadow. That's why when we talk about, I mean, when I'm talking about doing shadow work, you got to understand what your shadow is. And just like I tell people, it's like your shadow is you, but it's not you, right? But the part of you that it's not part of your conscious mind, but it is also part of your unconscious mind. Just like if you know anything about yourself, then you will know you have a subconscious mind and you have a regular mind. Then we say the subconscious mind is below the mind, whatever the fuck. But the point here, by saying the subconscious mind, we automatically talking about something you don't see about you. All of that is part of the shadow. All of that right there, that's your shadow. You see, that's what most people are fucking under. Like me, I I became the shadowy here. It becomes one, because now I mean we are all in harmony, and that's what self mastery, in so many words, it's all about. We're talking some shit, man. Baby, hey, damn, I felt that one. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why I love seeing among the elders too. Because and there's a whole other conversation that's also taking place. It's like, listen, know who you are, baby. Go find yourself and come back. Sam, motherfucker, like that's your treasure. What the fuck? Let's make this world a better place. I'm saying, let's make this motherfucker a better place. I mean, ultimately, I mean that's what it's gonna come down to. Because as us being the light, that radiance. Oh, come on, you know what you're gonna get. As us being that star, oh, we will shine. You gotta be the bright one. It's part of your makeup, man. Embrace that shit. That's why I don't understand. Like people are faking being smart. You know what I'm saying? The amount of work that you're putting in faking being smart and just being smart, like it's just it's just crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like wow, like really? You know what I'm saying? Really? Damn. Maybe I'm too much. You know what? It may well be, and and I wouldn't be against that either. I'm just saying. But again, maybe I'm too much, but it's all good too. We'll take all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and that's pretty much, you know, how life has trained them to be. Because whenever you're not being you, that's the highest level of smartness, of intelligence, of consciousness. The bright one, the anointed ones. Man. So, so now what we see in our society, right? Most people live their life based on who they should be. Now, who is that person that they should be? You see what I'm saying? So now that's how, like, if they're having a bad relationship with the self and their shadow. That's why you see a lot of these people, they're like, they are deceiving. They don't know how to be truly who they are. This is all spiritual. So if you want to call it, I mean, to me, it's not a spiritual war, because they honestly don't know. So I mean, it's like some of them choose not to know too. The bottom line, what I'm saying here, I mean, like, I just don't. There's never gonna be a fight between light and dark to me, because the minute it's light, nigga, that's it. There's no dark. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I'm having one of those moments, man. It happens. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the shit like that goes beyond me. But nevertheless, they choose to be stupid and working hard at being that too. It's one thing to choose to be stupid and to constantly working on it. Wow. Because at the end of the day, we always have, and that's why at any given moment, you could change your life. Because at any given day, and then most of us, let's just say, who had an epiphany or some sort of realization, I mean, that's what it takes. So at any given, at any point of the day, man, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Until it happens. You know what I'm saying? Until it happens. You know what I'm saying? But anything can happen until it happens. Oh man, we gotta be strong out here, man. You gotta stay alert. You heard? But again, like if you're looking at all of that, seeing the complexity in us, how much more you are. And that's how you are expanding your consciousness. Then you get to relate to nature. Then you understand the same laws that's why like we our ancestors, we always look at nature as our brothers and sisters. That's a level of consciousness, man. That's a level of understanding, a deeper perspective of this ordinary reality. That's what the occult does. And that's what that type of knowledge does. And that's how you're being healed. That's what gets you healed. It's consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are not conscious due to ignorance, man. Nothing else. Nothing else, man. The people are perishing due to ignorance. Not their shadow, not their ego, not none of that. Because all of that, I mean, again, when we're going back to you not being in connection with yourself, you being triggered, and now the shadow, now it's like you having a cat and fucking dog type of relationship with your shadow now. And that's what a lot of people are doing with their, well, the shadow is different. The ego is the part of you that protects you. So if you are insecure, then your ego is going to be the loudest because, again, they're to protect you. So your ego goes as far as you go. You know what I'm saying? How far are you going, nigga? I ain't stopping. So, that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? My ego is my nigga, my best friend. Thank you, ego. It's my best friend, man. I love my ego. I let it get all in my head. Girl, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's that way. Yeah. I let it out, all of it get in my head, nigga. I embrace my motherfucking ego. Fuck you talking about? Saying the ego's is innocent here, man. Your consciousness is what's fucking you up. Then the ego, and that's. I mean, if you're insecure, you're not gonna react securely, motherfucker. How the fuck you want the ego to react, or your shadow self, for that matter? That's why, as it is within, so it is without. Now, for you to identify the shadow, it's that aspect when it's you being triggered, you not knowing, but most importantly, you not also having a direct connection with yourself. Now, the shadow. Now, then we're gonna be talking about how you're using money. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I know you used to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Money can't pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Your money was not meant to pay your bills, baby. Why are you mixing up those two? You know what I'm saying? So how you feeling? Is everything okay in there? So we have a society based out of that toxicity, out of fear. What does money got to do with your bills, man? I mean, love got to do with your bills. But they're also trying to say that to belittle love and to show that money is more than love. You know what I'm saying? Now, you let me know if that's not worshiping idols. You done lost it. That is so gross. That's so gross. Oh, wait a minute. Shit. I should follow Santo on this motherfucker. Well, let's purify the air, motherfuckers. All right. So, so we just have to add one more time, baby. Damn. Again, shit. I think I lost the point that originally I had in mind, but going back to this, it's just again, this is all about spirituality. Regardless of your nationality, that's what you're gonna be dealing with. Now you may have some difficulties understanding the motherfucker verbally, but the energy's gonna be there. That's how fucking is fucking everywhere. You hear me? That's the foundation of that shit, nigga. If you don't know, well, nigga, now you know. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking is fucking everywhere. Pussy's pussy everywhere. Now, certain pussies, well, no, we're not gonna go there. That's not what we're here to do. But you get the shit. I mean, some community stuff. You don't want that. You don't want that. Mm-mm. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get you some good ones. I suggest if you're gonna have a fucking experience, have the best one. You know what I'm saying? Falling in love, naked, do whatever the fuck. That's the shit. Unless you wanna have a nightmare. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a messenger. I can only show the door, baby. You're gonna have to walk through. Oh, that's on you. I mean, shit. I'm all the way in. Man, shit, man. Uh, You judge. Hey, I ain't going nowhere, dog. You feel me? Hey, man, I found home. I found them. We good. And we'll go everywhere, too. And nowhere at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we know the truth, huh? I've been set free, baby. Free. Shit. I'm free, dog. Free, man. Living my best, baby. You know what I'm saying? My best ever. It's so peaceful. It's just like, yo, it's like having all of my energy on me. It's like, that's when I'm so atomic. You're like, oh my God. That's oh man. The reward is in that itself. It's fulfilling. It's oh man. Yeah, I guess that's the water. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I've been thirsty. I'm not listen, nothing. I have not had a thirst like since I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? That shit's juicy, dog. You're not gonna need any other type of juice. It's that juice. You know what I'm saying? You'll never have a thirst anymore. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to compete with the Joneses. If they doing good, congratulations. They doing bad? Well, I mean, is there anything we could learn? Okay, all right. Hey, listen, man. In life, we win or we learn. Come on, what are you doing? It's a win-win situation. How are you looking at it? What are you making out of it? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about that. But again, going back to the whole shadow stuff, now, the shadow uses other stuff. I mean, that's truly what we're going to talk about here because it's truly the shadow doing the work. It's like, that's why I call these people Chuckies. See, they are that little monster, but baby. Not a baby monster, but a monster baby. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? We know who they are. We have spotted all of them. They're all around us. You know what I'm saying? But I know who they are. You can't touch this, man. This is God. Listen, who job bless? No man curse. Don't you ever throw rock at the sun, baby. Let me know how that works for you. You let me know how that works. So again, so we're dealing with the shadow here. So it's either like people who are fully sane versus people that are insane. And this is our society. And our society now is based of insanity. Oh, this is the belly of the beast. But don't work, don't work. Jerusalem is here. We everywhere. That's how we sit in the middle of the beast. We walk through the shadow of the we walk through the shadow of death, man. Come on, man. Fear no fucking evil. So, man, be your light, man. I know what I'm talking about. This is for the great listeners, man. For the great listeners. I cannot miss this target. You're my aim. You hear me? Come on, man. Yeah, those are my targets. Never lose my aim. So now, once you start looking at people that way, if you're having that, let's just say, what was the name of that movie? I don't fucking remember, right? So act like you're putting your shades on now, right? Then you start looking at people from that perspective. And that shade represents pretty much, that level of consciousness. You're looking at them inwardly. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking through them. You understand what I'm saying? You have to go inwardly for you to look through them. And that's what this shit is all about, buddy. That's the that's that's it right there. That's what you want. But anyway, we were talking about the shadow. But I want you to know this is where you need to go. That's the door. You know what I'm saying? That's the door right there. I gave you the keys. When you're ready, this is where you need to go. You seek for the kingdom of God. That's the door. Don't cheat yourself out of it. Do not cheat yourself out of it. Fuck the manifestations. This is the door. Those are distractions. because they're only aspect of you. But when you find God, you find you. Then those little aspect of you, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how you master them. Now they working for you. Now you're playing to win. Sure. And this is an open book. Nigga, this is it. But now you gotta live it though. Mm, gotta live it. That's how you become mysterious. From mysterious niggas. You know what I'm saying? My star seed niggas. You know what I'm saying? All you other motherfuckers was doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shining out here. I salute you. You know what I'm saying? You tell them what you see on this side, what you heard. You tell them I'm speaking over here. Am I speaking with authority or what? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, this is my shit. This is my shit on all fucking different levels. On all levels. Oh yeah. You have to rate me. You gotta find them. You gotta find them. And once you do, listen, come on, man. Then the ancestors are there. Everybody's waiting on you. That's that growth that you have to go through, but you go through it, by mastering all of those different aspects of yourself, dealing with your shadow, not allowing your shadow to control you. Don't be like Chucky. Grow up, motherfucker. Let's get you some milk like this nigga. Were you not drinking milk at all, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Nigga was just eating like fucking straight turkey. What the fuck? You're a baby. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Relax, motherfucker. You gotta grow. I'm saying, meaning open up your perspective. Let's start growing up for a second. Let's talk like grown ups, okay? Let's say open up your eyes a little bit. Come on, you owe it to you. Believe it or not. Treat yourself better. That's what I'm saying. You do what you want. You do what you want. You know what I mean? So now going back to dealing with your shadow, because now at this point the shadow now has taken over, right? So now it's showing itself through the fucking actions. That's how someone who's insecure, there's certain ways that they're gonna react, and that reaction, this is the shadow making a statement, or their ego, all that shit. The aspect that's trying to protect it, but the way it's acting, all of it. That's when the ego and the shadow comes together. But anyway, that's a different conversation. Let's keep it shadow for a second. That's what we're here to talk about anyway, right? So now, I mean, that aspect of that person, it's like, what the fuck? And that's the part, that is not the front part of that person. When they're being triggered, you know what I'm saying? That's when you really get to know who the motherfucker is. Well, your shadow, man, that's kind of shadow when you start looking at it from that perspective. It manifests itself in different aspect of your life. It's like this nigga's over here, he's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Your shadow, like at home, through your parents, you're dealing with their shadow. When your mom's at church, There's a certain behavior that she has, right? Then at the house, you get to see the shadow. Then let's just say a neighbor comes in and knocks in. Hey. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with a lot here. Yeah, it's that way. So when you're not connected to yourself, now you that's the shadow. It's like you're having that cat and mouse relationship. You're fighting each other. You can't see it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't allow you to see him, and you're not looking for him either. Like it's just crazy. You see what I'm saying? You're not looking for this nigga, and this nigga does not want you to see him because you can only see him when you start looking for him. You I'm being too much. I'm a quality nigga. What the fuck you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy, B. Yeah, B. So, yeah, so we're talking about, that you not looking for the shadow's not looking for you. It's just you have that disconnection between your emotions and your intellect, and that's what makes it insane. You're not balanced, meaning your way of thinking is not balanced. Because to think critically, you got to be first critical. And that's the world you're living in. That's why niggas are killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Nigga, if I were to tell you about my background, okay. My mom trying to kill me for my own fucking inheritance because she's competing with this her shadow. You know what I'm saying? She's like really like, how can I say this? Like really evil, if you want to put it that way, because her monster had really grown over the years, became like that ultimate fucking monster. But we always beat the game. Listen, listen, we always beat the game. You know what I'm saying? They're not real, but I am. How you gonna make me unreal? Like it's crazy. But again, you're talking about someone who's not in touch with their own emotions because they always, love is weak. And here's something else too. People always think relationship is about marriage. That's a big misconception. Relationship is about intimacy and you being able to be vulnerable. Then now from there, you go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you don't do it that way, your shit ain't gonna work. You bullshitting. Y'all niggas sound good out there, man. I hear a whole lot of shit. I'm saying all that to say, what the fuck? Nah, there was a connection in that. So, where the fuck was I gonna go with this shit? The connection with love. But anyway, yeah, this one thing's for certain. We never lose. We don't know how to lose because we always win. We were learning They didn't think we were winning. Bad decision. So again, what you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, someone who's not in touch with their own emotions. And of course, that is because there was a lack of intimacy and vulnerability. That's why I was talking about the relationship thing. That's why you gotta love yourself first before you can love somebody else. So someone like that who's hurt cannot love, man, and will not love until they decide to work on that shadow, that little baby, heal that wounded child. So you're dealing with a lot of people who have not healed their wounded child, and they are potentially criminal motherfuckers. And those are your haters too. That's why, you know what I'm saying, for a hater, until you, if you have not, until you trigger the motherfucker, you're good. That's why they always tell you when you see when people tell you you don't know you're doing good until you have haters. You could be with a group of friends. The minute you decide to be something else, you know what, man? I'm not gonna smoke weed anymore. I'm gonna do this. Then motherfuckers will smoke. Ah, old motherfucker, you think you're better than us? I'm just going with let's just say a storyline. I'm going with a storyline because we're smoking on this side. You feel me? To be honest, I'm not looking to deceive you at all. I'm too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too in touch. I'm too centered for that. You know. So I always got to be extra. Feel me? Come on, man. Like we show up and show out, nigga. I'm always gonna be extra. Now going back to the whole. Wait a minute. Get a sip. Awkward. You know, those people will potentially, then at this point, right? So what's taking place, they become Chucky. There's a whole bunch of Chuckies out there. Depending on how triggered that they are, or depending on their level, or uh, how much of a baby. Because the more baby it is, the louder it's gonna be. That's why the biggest monsters is that little baby. Don't worry. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I look at him like, mm-mm, bad decision. I look at him, I said, bad choice. You're not a healthy choice. Tell him, hey, you're not a healthy choice on no level at all. Now, hey, that's her decision. But I'm saying all that to show you, I mean, even in my experience, I'm dealing with her shadow. And I've been dealing with that shadow ever since as a young kid. It's almost like, you get, because your parents have not developed who they are, that limitation, you're gonna deal with that limitation side of them. Either if the motherfucker gotta whoop your ass or if the motherfucker drank, whatever the fuck the shit is. There's a disconnection in that nigga with knowing there's a little baby. There's a shit, nigga. Come on. I don't know. But I treat kids like kids. I'm not gonna have an adult conversation with a kid. I don't know. But it's all good. So good. We ain't judging. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So even as a baby, this nigga was looking at me like, yo, you on your own. I'll birth you here, nigga, you on your own. Fuck you. This is a competition. You know what I'm saying? And fuck you, nigga. So she always does shit that pleases her. Like she always treat us like this is a whole abusive thing, and that's what abusive is. And that's a good 99% of niggas too. But they don't say it the way I say it because you have not fully healed. So a lot of us are being abused, but you don't know it, and abuse don't know that they're being abused, man. And that's how it works. You can't say I used to be toxic if you're still toxic. Most people, like I could tell you, I used to be toxic because I'm no longer toxic. But someone who's toxic is not going to tell you that because when you're toxic, you don't know until you're no longer toxic. Well, that's growth, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's a higher level of understanding. What people will call maturity. You know what I'm saying? You age like fine wine. However the fuck you want to call yourself, nigga. Find your beauty. That was for you. I got mine, nigga. I'm good. That was for you. I'm saying, trust me, that was for you. Do your shit. Embrace yourself. But now going back to her, that's what I was dealing with. Again, I hope you got your shades on because I'm showing you other aspect of her, not the flesh and not just because let's just say she gave birth, that makes her a mother. A mother is something internally. There's a level of consciousness, there's a level of connection with nature or even your kids. There's a level of that. You gotta understand the game. So you have kids who are giving birth to kids. And when I say kids, not necessarily based on their age, but based on their level of consciousness. They could be legal of age, but they are kids. And that's what you have in your society. And that's what makes it a toxic society. Toxic, even to a point where even if you don't even see spirituality as part of you, as if that's not toxic enough. Life in itself, like a little more consciousness, it's a little more than what it appears to be. That's why you say thank you. You see what I'm saying? Like there's an exchange, there's a living, there's something taking place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta interact with other people. So at some point, even in the shit that you do yourself, and that's the part that's how the knowing the truth will set you free. And that's what you need to understand about you. You're all creator. Based on the God that you choose, you're gonna create your reality based on that God. And that's why you are truly the man behind the man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's on you. But it requires for you to know this is your show. You got to realize that for yourself. And that's what the self realization is all about. To attain that Christ consciousness, that's the level, the highest level of consciousness. That's the door, nigga. Again, if you didn't hear me, well, that's the door. This is where you need to go. You'll be just fine. Walk in, bitch. You'll be all right, but you got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? And even, although by you doing the work, listen, that's how we're moving by faith too. Now you have to become part of the universe. Your reality becomes different. My reality is different. You know, that's why we. That's what. Listen, man. That's why we have compassion. You understand? This is we know where we are. That's why we love people. We know who we are. The eternal ones. Once you find that out, nigga, you good. No matter where you are. You know what I'm saying?